Real, I mean, here you are and on the big stage. What's the feel like for you?
Yeah, man, it's a crazy feeling, to be sure, man. I've never been part of something this big and something this extravagant is the word, you know what I mean? So it's crazy, but as the fight part, like, it feels like the same old thing I've done most of my life, you know what I mean? I've been fighting 15 years training all different types of martial arts, so that part's the same, man. When we go in there, it's gonna be a war, and I can't wait, man. I can't wait.
Nice. How did the whole process happen? Because obviously, it was a surprise to a lot of people. Not that you weren't on the radar, but just that it happened so quick.
Yeah, man, it was a surprise to me as well. You know what I mean? I'm just as thrown as a loop as you guys, so it's crazy. I love it, man. My coach, when the sweepstakes came out, the Sean OMalley sweepstakes, he was like, "It's a long shot, man. You want to just throw your name in?" And I was like, "Why not? Yeah, let's do it." A couple days went by, wasn't hearing anything. I was like, probably not gonna happen. Then he was like, "Okay, you made it past the first round, man. They took your name. They're gonna look at it." Within 15 minutes, I was getting DMs from random people telling me I'm gonna get knocked out, and get beat up, and I was like, "Oh man, what are you guys talking about?" 5 minutes after that, he called me back and was like, "Yeah, man, we got it. Just get ready, cut the weight, and let's go show the world who I am."
Nice. Was it anything about the O'Malley fight in particular? I mean, obviously you wanted to get to the UFC, but was there anything about this opportunity in particular that you were excited about, or was it just getting into the UFC?
Well, obviously, just getting into the UFC is something I've worked super hard for. But it's just the start of my journey. You know what I mean? I want to be looked at as a world champion, as a future Hall of Famer. That's my end goal. It's lofty, but that's where I want to get to. But the O'Malley fight's great, man. It shoots me up a couple tiers on that list if I knock them out. So it's any opportunity was amazing, man. I every day fighting. You know what I mean? We don't know if we're ever gonna get this shot. There's hundreds and thousands of people trying to do the same thing I am, training just as hard as I am, just as talented, if not more talented. So I'm super excited, man. I can't wait to show you all who I am.
Nice. Do you get to look at this as a no-lose situation? I mean, right, like you come in on short notice, pressure-packed situation. If you come up short, everybody goes, well, what'd you expect? I mean, can you allow yourself to think that way at all, or do you feel like, no, I got to go in there and win this fight?
A loss is a loss. A loss is a loss. I don't care. My whole life I've been super competitive. I'm a very competitive person, and I'll never be happy with a loss. Whether it's on 10 days notice, I'm a fighter. I'm always ready to fight. And if I can't fight 15 minutes on a day's notice or 10 days notice, then I shouldn't be here.
Nice. Last thing for me, I mean, for a lot of people, this is probably gonna be the first time they ever see you fight. So if they're looking at this fight card, they're going, "Who is this kid? I don't know what it is." Why should they tune in? What are they going to see when you fight?
Well, they should tune in. They should tune in because I'm the most exciting fighter that this roster is gonna have on the card. I'm coming to bring a war the entire time, and win, lose, or draw, there will be blood, and I can't wait.
Over here. A lot of fighters that take these last-minute fights, specifically for their debut, they say they prefer that method because they don't have to. It doesn't weigh on their mind. They're not dwelling on it for weeks at a time. They just get thrown right into the fire. Do you prefer this last-minute fight for your debut, or would you have preferred a full camp leading up to it?
Man, as long as I get the shot, you know what I mean. Either way, obviously I would love a full camp. I'd love to be fully prepared, have my coaches do the game planning and all that stuff. But I'm always ready to fight, man. I've been fighting most of my life, and I can't express how much I am ready to do this. You know what I mean? I'm ready to go into fight. The fighting part's the easy part. It's all the cutting weight and all this media stuff that I'm not used to yet. I'll get used to it quick. So I'm just ready to go out and show you guys because I can't even talk, man. I'm so excited. You know what I mean?
Similar question. A lot of these fighters that take these last-minute fights, or they're making their debuts on these big cards, like Terrence McKinney, for example. He couldn't stop talking about running into fighters that he had watched on TV for so long. So have you run into any fighters that you've been a big fan of this week?
Yeah, there's so many, dude. Like I saw Nico Price at the hotel, Joe Benavidez in the back. There's so many guys that I've been growing up watching and seeing them and being like, I could be there. I could be those guys. And it's just surreal that this actually happened, man. I was literally didn't believe that it was gonna happen when he told me. I thought he was joking. know what I mean? So I'm just so happy, man. I'm so happy to see all you people and get my name out there and allow my family to like actually believe that all the things I was saying to them this whole time is going to come true, and I'm going to show the world who I am.
When Sean was in here earlier, he left and said second round knockout. That was his prediction. So, do you have a prediction for your fight?
Yeah, we'll go second round knockout too. I can't wait.
Anyone else?
Kris, over here in your left.
So
I was just wondering if you had a prediction for the main event.
that's tough, man, because it just depends on. I feel like it depends on what Conor shows up. You know what I mean? If it's the old Conor, it could be a bad night for Poirier. If it's not the old Conor, Dustin's gonna take it. So it's a toss up. I'm gonna say Conor, but who knows?
In your opinion, what is Sean O'Malley's biggest weakness that you can expose?
Not so much just a weakness. He's very talented, explosive kid. But I just don't think somebody's been in there to test to push him that way. You know what I mean? The only time he ever was kind of pushed was the Cheeto fight, and he got hurt, so he pulled it. He has a little fallback to why he was gonna win that fight, but he got hurt. So I think I'm just gonna stay in his face, man, and put the pressure, and I think that's something that he's not comfortable with.
And the UFC signed you specifically for this fight. I'm just curious, did you sign a one-fight deal, or should we expect to see you back in the octagon after Saturday night?
I don't want to get into I think it was a couple fight deal, so I should be back. You know what I mean?
Thanks, Kris.
Thank you.
Kris, right in front of me. When you reference your, having a great fight and everything, is there any fight for people who haven't seen you fight that you would say they should search for on the internet and watch that would represent the kind of fighter you are?
Yeah, you should watch my last couple fights. I fought for lower promotions, the CES and CFFC. My last fight at CFFC was little over a month ago. So you guys can check that out on get Fight Pass or whatever it is, because man, I've been putting on great fights my entire career, and I fought some of the best talent outside the UFC, and some of them are in the UFC now. Like I fought Manny Bermudez when he was in the UFC in my amateur career, and then I fought Tony Gravely not too long ago in a crazy fight. So I've been fighting some of the better dudes in the country for a very long time.
And when Conor made his UFC debut, he was, a famous story now. He was broke. He was an apprentice plumber, all that stuff, and ends up becoming a superstar and one of the richest athletes in the world. Are you in that situation where he was back then? I mean, are you struggling to get by on a day-to-day basis, given how your life has been going?
No, I'm not broke. I wasn't broke before. I had a job where I was working 80 hours a week, and literally this beginning of June, I decided, I was like, I'm all done with this. I'm not working 80 hours and I don't care about this money. I decided I'm gonna quit. I'm gonna quit my job. Beginning of June, I started teaching at different schools and started just trying to build a personal training. Literally a month later, I'm in the UFC, and I get all the hard work. I keep pushing out to God, because if you follow the path God sets out for you, good things happen in life.
What was the job you had? You were working 80 hours.
I was working in a paint factory.
So what did you do?
I just ran a line and filled paint cans, and it made okay money, and but it's not what I love. My goal in life is whether I make less money or make more money, my goal is to do something I love for the rest of my life, and something I can be happy with. And the only thing I've ever been happy with is fighting and training and doing this. If it doesn't end up working out, man, that's the way the cookie crumbles, man. I'm ready for whatever outcome comes.
You steal some of the product to get the.
Yeah.
So you might be the first guy to challenge O'Malley in terms of the hair contest on the night of the fight, because he tends to have some pretty good colorful hair.
Yeah, he's got a little more money. His still might look better, but it's all right, man. I'm okay with it. I don't need to be the superstar pretty boy like him. He can have it. He can have the good talking and all that stuff. He can keep it. I'm just here to fight, man. I'm here to just do what I love.
And my last question for you: were you born in New England? Is that where you were from? And I lived in New England for a long time, so I know kind of a tough area, and a lot of people come out hard. Fighting is a big part of it. Did you start fighting in the streets? Is that something that you did? How you got into the game, or?
No, man. Yeah, I was born and raised in Milford, Massachusetts. And no, I didn't start. I wasn't a big fighter outside of this. But I started in high school. I started wrestling, and just like every other cliche, man, I started wrestling, and I just fell in love with this kind of sport, man. Being able to either dominate somebody or get beat up is awakens you like nothing else does. You know what I mean? There's a thing that just flips off in your head that no other sport I've ever done can set me up for it. So when my first coach opened up his gym, my first coach was in the UFC for many years, George Rivera, and he taught me so much about what I need to do to get here and what I need to be able to be part of this. And I'm just so blessed to know that I got here and be from the place I am. Massachusetts has made some crazy killers. Even the guys that are killing it now in the UFC, you see the cartel and all those Rob Font and all those guys. So I'm just glad to be part of it now.
Kris, do you left over here?
No, my bad.
Now that you're in the UFC, like how active are you hoping to be going forward?
I'm just gonna take it one fight at a time. Hopefully, once I get the ball going, yeah, I can be pretty active. I'm usually try to fight every couple months, but I know with the UFC it's a little different. So I'm just gonna take it one fight at a time and see how this one goes, and try to take Sean out.
Good luck.